All right. We give it a few minutes. Actually, I'm early, I believe. I'm a bit early. Thanks, man. I'm presentable. I know I popped on a little early. I popped on a little early. With the hopes of not running into too many tech issues. So it's 2 o'clock now. I know some folks will probably start popping on. Here we go. It takes a little time. Hey, Amber. Glad you was able to pop on. I'm gonna give it a little bit, probably like a minute or two before I even start chatting. I know some folks are probably gonna pop on slowly but surely. And I want to say thank you for your service, because I know you are one of the essential workers, so appreciate you, Kazo, for, you know, still doing what you're doing, doing your part in helping with this whole pandemic, right? So, what time we have? It's so crazy because I actually came on here a little bit earlier trying to make sure all the tech issues were squared away, and it was good, thumbs up. And I was trying to do like Zoom, because Zoom allows you to do, much appreciation, and Zoom allows you to go from like Zoom videos to Facebook Live, and I wanted to do that, purposes of trying to record it and have it on my own cloud, and it worked out great. As soon as time to go live, that thing said, there's an error. So, but I'm gonna just give you a little insight on what we're gonna talk about today. I know a number of people are gonna be getting on or mention that they're getting on, so I'll probably start literally at 2:05. But even if it's just you and me, that's fine. So pretty much, oh, I'm glad, let me do this. I'm glad that happened so I can turn off my, all right. So pretty much, I've been thinking about doing this a lot, you know, like going live, and I've been really afraid to. So, you know, I want to touch on like fear of failure, fear of success, or just overcoming fear. So, and I think I mentioned this on a video yesterday. Like about a month ago, or a year ago, sorry, I reached out to a friend of mine. I'm real close. I'm friends with her sister, but it's all like a family. But I reached out to a friend of mine. Her name is actually Shanice Danae, and she does YouTube videos. And it's so crazy because she's younger than me. Went to school with my sister, and just to see how she's thriving. So I reached out to her, and I was like, hey Shanice, I want to start doing videos for my business because I know we're in that age, right? We're in that time frame. Welcome, whoever popped on. And she was like, yeah, Ro, this is what you need to do. So that was like a year ago. And she started doing Facebook Lives and, about YouTubing and all of that and how it's beneficial for your business. And I went on there because I knew I was afraid, if anyone, you know me, Amber, I'm a very outspoken person. I love meeting people, but it's something about sitting in front of this camera right here. It gets me nervous. I don't know if you can see, my hands are glistening. I'm nervous, but she was a great help, giving tips on what you need to do. And the reason why I want to talk about overcoming fear, because regardless if you're an entrepreneur or you're not, almost all of us have goals and things that we want to accomplish. And sometimes, in my personal belief, God or whoever you believe in gives you things in your heart and your spirit that just can't go away. And in my personal opinion, I believe those are the things that we should be doing. And sometimes we get so caught up in what other people would think, or being a perfectionist, trying to do it right, that we just don't do it at all. And I'm guilty of that, worried about what people think. Sometimes even not having that confidence or feeling like I'm confident enough to do it. But I was like, you know what, this is the time. I've been doing this for a while, even in just basic conversation. I didn't, sometimes you don't realize how much you know. And I heard somebody say, as long as you know 3% more than the average person, you're considered an expert. Okay, so I say that to someone, and I hope that sticks, is because most of us, and I'm gonna come as close as I can, most of us have something like this innate ability within us to do something great, to do something just magnificent, but our fear is holding us back. As long as you can bring value to someone, you can invoke change. If it's a business, you can monetize that. So I want to encourage those that are watching to, just overcome fear. So just a little bit about me for those that are coming on. Hey, Sharon Bell. All right, sister, that's what it's talking about. And I'm glad that spoke to you. You just gave me chills. I'm glad that spoke to you because, as I mentioned, I don't know how long you've been on here, I'm nervous, but I was like, forget that. We're going to do this. We're going to roll with it. And I decided not to do the Zoom and do straight Facebook Live because I'm an interactive type person. So let me get into it because I do want to respect everyone's time. Whoever's late, that's on them. They can rewatch it, right? So just a little bit about me. For those who do not know me, you'll see me looking down to got my notes. My name is Rochelle Ledrington. I am a mom of two. I have a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. So I'm always juggling mommyhood and fiancehood. I know that's not a word, don't judge me. And growing my business. I'm from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania originally. I feel like I'm always all over the place. I currently live in Jersey, so if you're in the area, reach out to me. But I have 10 plus years of marketing and sales experience. I went to school, Virginia Union, so I got the Panthers on the call, hey. I went to Virginia Union for marketing, and ever since I've been in sales. I've been in a lot of different industries, but all of it is pretty much dealing with sales. I love food. I love good company. I love, what do they say? Eat, drink, and be merry. That's me. I like to eat, drink modestly, and be merry. I like to enjoy. Life is too short. Life has too many things that come at you fast, as they say. And I'm the type of person that I really like to focus on the things that I can control. But I absolutely love food. So if you ever see me out, and you see me put pork and beans on my hot dogs, don't judge me. And I also like to put Middlesworths on my sandwiches. Hey. So that's just a little bit about me, just to kind of let you know I'm just a person, no matter what I may share. Listen, we probably have a lot in common that you may not see on the out front. But a little bit about my company. So V Pro Marketing and Sales, I started that back in 2016. The ultimate mission was to be able to create a life that I can be proud of. At that point, 2016, my daughter, yes. So I had just had my daughter in January 2016. And I knew I wanted to be that type of mom that was able to be present in my child's life. I didn't want a job to dictate how the type of mother I wanted to be, right? Or the type of person I wanted to be for my family. And I always had that entrepreneurial spirit. So 2016, I really decided to start my company because I was doing freelance work and for a company. And I didn't realize, like, even though I went into their business to bring my expertise, I really didn't realize how much they leaned on me. Like, they brought me in as a sales consultant, but they're like, oh, so you know marketing too? Can you revamp our marketing? So it wasn't until then I was like, oh, I didn't realize how much I actually knew, right? So I'm self-taught when it comes to digital marketing. And I think that kind of, sometimes it gives me a lot of confidence. It does give me a lot of confidence, but I'm always in the self-learning mode. But V Pro Marketing and Sales, my whole goal, my whole mission is to help service-based businesses and nonprofits to improve their digital marketing strategy and their sales processes. The whole reason why, outside of, having flexibility with my business, the whole reason why the concept of my business came about is because I ran into so many individuals, so many companies that they wanted to grow their business, right? Everybody wants more clients. Everybody wants more revenue. Everybody wants more money. But the thing that was common amongst all of them is they did not have a proper marketing strategy or any type of marketing that is actually working, right? So people know that they exist. But also they didn't have the processes in place. Like, it doesn't matter how much marketing you do, how much everyone knows what you do, but if you get an influx in clientele, right? If you can't handle them, those leads or those potential customers are going to fall through the cracks. So all that hard work is going to go to waste. So, my goal is to help people to align their marketing strategies and their sales process together so it can create a cohesive system so they can properly grow their business, okay? So that's just a little bit about V Pro Marketing. So just to kind of let you know what to expect today. So today, as we all know, the topic is where to start with online marketing. I chose that topic because, one, we're stuck at home. Most of the world, we're stuck at home. And more I'm seeing individuals and people are saying, listen, I want to start my business. Or if they already have a business, it's like, oh my gosh, like I need to get online. I need to figure out how to connect with people online. So I just felt like learning some basics about online marketing can definitely be helpful. So what I want to do, just really quick, I'm sorry, I didn't tell you what to expect. So we're going to talk about the power of online marketing, how to kind of reduce the overwhelm of online marketing. I come from marketing, and when I started to learn digital marketing, I didn't realize how many branches of digital marketing it is. So I can definitely understand how someone that this is not their industry can be overwhelmed. And then I'm going to just kind of give you some tidbits on where to start. But before we get into it, I'm going to act like we're in person. I'm in front of the class. I always like to do who you are, where you from. So if you can, I want you, if you are a business owner, I want you to type BO. Okay, don't do it yet because it's an instruction. If you're a business owner, type BO. If you're a nonprofit, type NP. If you're an aspiring business owner, type ABO. But in addition to that, I want you to let me know what city and state you're from, so I know what we're working with. So once again, for anyone that just joined, I told you a little bit about myself, so I want to know who I got on the line. So on the line, listen to me, on the live, right? So if you're a business owner, type BO and what city and state you're in. If you are a nonprofit, type NP and what city and state you're in. And then if you are an aspiring business owner, entrepreneur, type ABO and what city or state you're in. So I know at times there's a lag, so I'm gonna wait a sec just to see what we have going on. All right, welcome everyone for popping on. ABO, Amber Holloway from Laurel, Maryland. Whoop whoop. I'm gonna tell y'all now I'm corny, so deal with it. ABO, aspiring business owner. Amber, just curious, do you have an idea of what you want to start, or are you just kind of like in the process of trying to figure out what you want to do. All right. Want to welcome for anyone that just popped on. I'm gonna just wait a sec, not too long, so we can get into the nitty-gritty of things. All right, Emerald, B.O., Harrisburg, PA, hometown. That's my younger sister, by the way. Thank you for the support. All right, Siobhan Bell, MP, yes, nonprofit, Atlanta, Georgia. All right, man. Brandon Smalls, B.O., hailing for Harrisburg, PA. Okay, so Amber, you're working on it now. Okay, good deal. So, I definitely believe for everyone on here, I'm pretty sure there's something that I can share, that I'm going to share that you can benefit from. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through the presentation, kind of share some things with you. If you have questions during, right, do me a huge favor. I'm going to wait to the end to kind of like say, do you have any questions? Because I've been on live many times and I had questions, and sometimes the question got overlooked. No fault of the presenter, but one, technology, there's a lag, right? And then two, sometimes with so many people putting questions, your question can get missed. The whole point of this live is to be able to answer any questions that you have that I could potentially help with. If I can't help with it, I'll definitely do my best to find you a resource that can help you with it, okay? Is that fair enough? Say cool beans or cool or whatever you want to say. So I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. All right. So, let's go ahead and get started. All right. Okay. So basically, once again, we're talking about online marketing, and online marketing is all about getting business, right? So I worked with, all right, good deal. So I worked with a lot of clients where they are like doing their thing. MP Safrania, all right, from Carlisle, PA. So they're doing their thing in their realm, right? In their city. As we call it, they got street credit, right? Or street credit, like people know them. And when you're locally, when people know you, referrals come drop it's like an influx of clientele like all the time, right? But as we can see in the present day that we live in a pandemic, that at any second, things can change, right? So, most referrals will come if somebody bump into someone, right? There was a lot of social interactions that would create the referrals. Now, many businesses are having to figure out how to continue to build their business or sustain their business so they don't go out of business. And they're having to navigate this online marketing world, right? So, so obviously, like I said before, this is a perfect time. But the best ways, obviously we all know, the best ways most people get business is referrals, like we talked about, right? Direct sales, where people are going out and directly and say, hey, nice to meet you, this is what I do, yo, I need that, come, boom, right? I know that made no sense, but hope you get it, right? Let me back it up. You go out, you meet someone, you introduce yourself, and they say, oh, I need help with what you do. I mean, that's direct selling because you're talking to the person. So most people build their business, once again, referrals, direct sales, and then traditional marketing, right? But let me ask you this. This is kind of rhetorical, right? But let me ask you this. If you wanted to get into a new market, or you wanted to pretty much get into a new market and expand your business, if you have the type of business where you're not geographically stationary, you can grow, what if no one knows anything about you, what is the first place they're going to go to try to research and see if you're credible? Online, right? If they don't know you, they can't ask a friend. Obviously they're going to go online, whether it be your website, whether it be your social media profiles, right? So that's why online marketing is very, very important. I don't know if you knew this statistic, but did you know that 70 to 80% of people do research online before they even contact you? That statement, if I ended the presentation right there, in my personal opinion, that statement right there is extremely powerful. That should give you the mindset oh, I need to do something different, because most people are going to research me before they even contact me. All right. And I'm going to give you an example. This one individual had reached out to me and was like, hey, I see what you do. I'm building something big right now. I want to reach out to you and I want to talk to you, right? And this person had a DR in front of their name. It was Dr. so and so, and I'm thinking like, okay, but I'm a natural researcher by heart. So yeah, doctor, I was like, okay, this person should be bringing it, but before I even like spoke to her, I was like, I want to make sure I'm dealing with someone legit, right? So I went to her LinkedIn, I went to her website, I went to, and that's just to prove the point that people, no matter what people show you up front, they're going to research you. They want to see if you're credible. They want to make sure that anything that you say is going to be in alignment with whatever you tell them, or whatever you say is in alignment with what they found, right? Once again, that's why online marketing is very, very beneficial, especially if you're in the service-based business. Any nonprofit, in my personal opinion, you're in a service-based business, right? Because I know we had a couple nonprofits on here. You're in a service-based business. So, I definitely believe that when you're in a service-based business, it's that much more important to make sure that you have an online presence. Why? Because we are not selling a tangible product, right? We're not selling a marker. It's easy to sell something people could touch and feel it and determine whatever their opinion is about it. But we, as a service-based business, we have to create that value through communication and through visuals and all that stuff. That's important for a product-based business, but extremely important for a service-based business, right? One of the things that this may not apply so much to nonprofits, but one of the things that reasons why I think it's important to make sure you have a presence online is because when you have a presence online, you're in a sense protecting your business. Like when I wrote this, I was like, that don't make sense, but it definitely does. If you have an online presence, it protects your business. And I'm gonna tell you why. One, because, let me give you an example. Just give you an example. So most people know that real estate agents, almost all of us know a real estate agent, right? Most real estate agents, they have so many like unique ways that they get their clientele. Right? And one of the ways that they get their clientele is they actually, they might throw like free workshops. They know that most of their clientele, they want to buy a home, right? But they might not have good credit or they might not have good financial management. So what do? They throw free credit repair workshops, So let's just say my business was free credit repair work. I did credit repair, right? If I did not have any online business and my business was not online, and I'm really hoping to get more clients for, credit repair, if they can find that real estate agents events online, they're going to go to them. When in all actuality, if you had a banging online presence, it will be so much easier to tell someone like, hey, you need to come and talk to me, because even though, and this is no slight against real estate agents, not one bit, but my point, I hope you're getting my point, that it's important to stake your claim, show up and say, I'm the expert, right? One of two things are going to happen. Either that person's going to go to that free workshop and get general information, once again, no slight, maybe some general information, or they can come and work with you because you are the expert. I'm going to give you an example even from me. I do digital marketing. There's a lot of resources out there, right, that can teach someone to do digital marketing. I know, that's how I built my business. But because I show up online and what I know, I'm able to give personalized information to people that are really trying to overcome whatever challenge. So yeah, you can go do it yourself, or you can work with me. You get what I'm saying? So does that make sense? Because like a lot of stuff I understand, but I want to make sure that it makes sense. So throw an emoji or say, got you, Ro, or all right, I feel you, whatever you got to say. Just say something. Let me know. And I'm going to give it a sec because I know it's a lag. But let me know if that makes sense. Showing up online is going to protect your business so people know who to come to when they need exactly what you do. Okay, and another reason why that online marketing protects your business is because of growth, right? If no one knows that you are in existence, there's no way that people are going to be aware of your brand. When you're online and you're consistent and you're present, it builds your credibility. Okay, thank you, Amber. So it does make sense. Perfect. If it doesn't to anyone else, you don't want to say no. Feel free to can message me, you know, because I always want to make sure my communication is in a way that that you understand. That's the whole purpose of all of this, right? So once again, the power of online marketing. Now let's get into marketing overwhelm. So a lot of people, what I notice, a lot of people that I speak to, right, they want to get online and they want to do all these different tactics. They want to do Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok, you know, oh my goodness, like name all the social media profiles they want to be present, right? And then they want to do ads, they want to do this, but they're a one-man band or a one-woman show, right? So my thing is, it's like, there's so many different branches to digital marketing. Like, and I'm only naming the ones that you may be aware of, right? When I started to, you know, research digital marketing and really like, you know, hone my craft, I come from the background of marketing. I did not realize that there were so many sub branches of marketing. So I'm like, man, if someone, hey Hannah, thank you so much for that, Hannah. If someone is just into this, as I mentioned earlier, and you don't come from marketing, you're going to get overwhelmed, and then you're going to be like, well, maybe this online marketing thing is not for me. So towards the end of the presentation, I'm definitely going to give you some basic steps you can do that you could probably possibly focus on, just so you could build your online presence and feel like you're a little bit in control of what you're doing. But, you know, I want to share with you some of the different branches of online marketing you may not have even been aware of. I'm going to do my best to, you know, tell you a little bit about each, so you kind of know or have some idea of which ones will make sense for your business, right? So, I'm gonna start with what you know. Social media marketing, right? We know that as, you know, your social media profiles. That is like, you know, getting your, you know, making posts on your social media pages, on your business pages. You know, something that I recently learned, and I'm gonna shout out Miss Hannah Dixon because I learned this from her, the power of networking on Facebook. The power of networking on your social media profiles. And I'm gonna have another presentation, I think it's June 4th, it's called Stop Pitching. I'm sorry, I'm corny for that. But it's Stop Pitching. It's going to be giving sales tips so people you can stop pushing your business and you can attract your business, right? But anyway, social media marketing is a lot more than just posting pictures. It's about building those connections, you know, and talking to people, learn about what they do, right? Social selling, you know, so that's social media marketing, just some basics, right? Then you have content marketing. Have you ever been to like a page where you're like, you know, 10 steps on how to build your own house, right? And you download it and you like, click here, right? And it says enter your email address. Okay, that is a form of content marketing. All content marketing is being able to share what it is that you know in a way that attracts your ideal client. That's my expertise. That's what, like, the methodology of my business I absolutely love, you know, because we live in a day and age that people hate being sold, but everybody likes to buy. Mark that down. No one likes to be sold, but everybody likes to buy. So if you want to have more clients, you have to communicate in a way to them that they don't know that they're being sold, right? Because that's the point. No one wants to feel like they're being taken advantage of, and no one should be taken advantage of. But there's still a way to communicate with people in a way that they feel like you care and you can show that you care. So content marketing is one of the best ways to get your business out there online by sharing some of what you know. Not everything, some of what you know, right? As Hannah Dixon, she said, networking equals attraction versus chasing. Absolutely. And I learned this from her. So social media marketing is an element of online marketing. Content marketing. Then you have paid advertising. And that could be completely confusing to many. There's even the two branches that I'm most aware of with paid advertising is you have, you know, like your Google ads, right? You know how you go into Google and you type something in, you see like AD and that little square, and it has the person, you know, the you know, $5 off XYZ or whatever. It pops up first. Those are Google ads. So therefore, anytime somebody is researching something, your ad pops up. Okay. Then you have social advertising. Most of us know about that. You know, you see these sponsored ads on Facebook and, you know, Instagram and even LinkedIn and, you know, most of those places. That's paid advertising. Then you also had another element of online marketing, right? Then you have SEO and SEM. search engine optimization and search engine marketing, right? All this is being able to pop up on Google search engines when someone is looking for you. So say for instance, if you're in real estate, I don't know why I keep picking real estate, but if you're in real estate and you say, I want to buy a home near in Harrisburg, right? You didn't put in my real estate agency. You didn't put in ABC real estate agency, right? You put in what you're looking for. When you're dealing with SEO and SEM, you're trying to capture the people that are searching because they're going to be almost ready to buy, right? So that is SEO, SEM. Then you have email marketing. Email marketing, most of us know that. Like when you've been on a newsletter, you're getting like communications from businesses that you deal with. Side note, did you know that even though some people might complain about email marketing, but did you know that most people will prefer to hear from businesses that they have done business with? So many times I hear people say, man, I need more clientele, or I need this, but they have like hundreds of past clients just sitting around. They might have their email addresses or even their telephone numbers for text message marketing. So if this is you and you're trying to grow your business, I always have this term of mind your business. M-I-N-E, mind your business, because sometimes we have gold sitting right in our backyard because we're looking over in the other grass. I'm like, man, I need to get over there. I need to, because if I go that way, I'm gonna get more clientele. Sometimes you can have clientele sitting right in your backyard, okay? So anyway, definitely mind your business. If you have emails, connect with those folks because they want to hear from you. You did business with them. But those are the different elements of some of the elements of online marketing. So just me going over that, I can understand why someone could get confused and just get overwhelmed. So I'm sorry if I talk too fast. I'm sorry. I do apologize if I talk too fast. I feel like I'm getting loud, so it's just coming from a passion. I really want to speak to someone and help someone today. But now what I would like to do, I am going to give you some basic things that you can do right now to start with online marketing. And then the other thing, the very last thing, or the next to the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over a sheet that if you have, text grow with vPro to 484848, you would have gotten this beautifully designed sheet. So I'm going to go over that. So if you haven't done that yet, and you want to have access to this worksheet for even after we're done with this presentation, what you want to do at some point is text text GROW, GROW, WITH, VPRO, and I'll put it in the messages when we're done. Grow with vPro to 484848. Please make sure it's all one word, because if it's not, you're going to get some form that you have to fill out. What I'm going to do is once I'm finished with this, I'll send it out to the new list that subscribe to the text. Might as well call it a text club. But by you texting that, whenever I have free trainings, resources, and tools, I will send it to you. I promise you, it's coming to your cell phone. I am not going to badger you. And if I do, let me know, okay? That is not my intention. I just want to make sure I give you the resources. But that's the last thing we're going to go over. So, if you are looking at where do I start, like, Rochelle, can you please make this simple? Just give me a little tidbit or something I can do right now. Okay, so the very first thing, you want to set realistic goals. One of the biggest things I deal with when someone says, hey, I want to work with you, meaning like as a client, or, I want your help, is they don't really understand the difference between marketing and sales and actually their roles. Okay, so I'm gonna break this down. I used to run track, Harrisburg High School. All right, it was one of the best, track teams. So I ain't gonna, pat myself on the back too much. But anyway, so I used to run track, right? I was a sprinter, okay? And in track you have sprinters, and then you have like, just forgot about it, marathon, like long distance runners, right? So marketing is like a long distance runner, right? It takes time, a marathon, right? With marketing, it has to be consistent. You have to pace yourself. One of the things that I learned from long distance runners, The biggest things I used to always ask, I used to be like, how do you do that? Because when coach tell me you run a 400, I'm about to die at the the 100 mark before I get to the finish line. Like, how do you do it? You know what they always say? You got to have endurance. You have to breathe. You have to pace yourself. My personal opinion is the same way with marketing. With marketing, you have to pace yourself, meaning being consistent. True good marketing, like in my personal opinion, and I'm in this industry, there's really no like super duper secrets. For people that are in this field, and this is any field, they always feel like there's super duper secrets. I mean, like there's little hacks and things you can do that you may not be aware of, right? But the realness is you got to put in the work. You have to be consistent. You have to commit to something, be consistent. That's marketing. Sales is more like a sprint, right? That's the area I like. It's more like a sprint. We're going to get it and get it done, right? So with sales, you can create a result a lot quicker because it's more of a one-to-one contact, okay? So when you start to get into marketing your organization or marketing your company, know exactly what you need. If you're like, I just need brand awareness, I need to get my organization out there, that type of thing, understand that marketing is going to take time. You cannot do it for 1 or 2 weeks and stop. You cannot do it for 1 or 2 weeks and making posts and stop. Because when you're trying to get into new markets or, meeting new people, they're going to check you out and see how consistent you are. If you're not consistent, that says a lot about maybe how you run business. I mean, that's the hard truth, right? So set realistic goals. Understand that marketing is a marathon, sales is more like a sprint, right? And I already talked about sales, like, so if and understand the difference. A lot of people think they use marketing and sales interchangeably. They'll say, oh, I need marketing help. When in all actuality, you need sales help. You need more sales. Like, you need more income, more revenue coming in for your business. So if the dire need for your business is I need to earn more money, like we are scraping here, you need to invest your time in sales efforts, right? Because that's going to help you to shorten that time frame. All right. But if you're like, no, we just need to, we're good on the sales, but we need more people to know that we exist and we're okay with that. It might take some time for people to, warm up to us. That's marketing. You need to spend your efforts in marketing. Please understand the difference and, stop using it interchangeably because there is a big difference in reference to results. Okay. And also, that's something good to know whenever you're deciding to work with, a professional in the digital marketing or any type of marketing field. You need to know what you want. So also set SMART goals, okay? SMART goals, goodness, I'm pretty sure somebody can help me out with this, right? It's an acronym. It's specific, measurable. Somebody help me with the A. R is relevant, and I think T is timely, something like that. But all in all, I don't know if A is applicable. Somebody help me out. I know somebody know about SMART goals, but pretty much set goals that you can measure. That's my biggest part of it, right? If you want to do, let's just say you want to do a social media ad, right? And you say, hey, I'm about to launch this new service. Thank you, Amber. You on it today. Attainable. A means attainable. So your goals have to be specific, measurable, attainable, relevant. I believe R is relevant, and timely. Like, it has to have a timetable set to it. The biggest tool that I personally focus on is measurable and time, because you want to make sure whatever goal you have is that you can, one, identify if it has been successful, and you want to set a time limit. Like, when is the deadline you need to achieve this by? So again, with the social ads, if you say, listen, I'm about to launch this new service, and I want to get it out there, but I want to do it with social advertising, right? You definitely want to give yourself a limit. Like, okay, are you going to run this ad for 2 weeks or a month, right? And then what is considered success for you? And I will always recommend people to go back to their sales plan. What was your sales goal for the quarter or the month, right? And we're not going to get into that nitty gritty because that's on the marketing strategy part of, what we're going to talk about. But pretty much you want to make sure your goals are measurable. Okay. So where to start, set realistic expectations. All right. The next thing is a SWOT analysis, right? So, SWOT analysis, I think many of us, if you took any business classes, it was like in Business 101. SWOT is another acronym. SWOT, S stands for strengths, W stands for weaknesses, O stands for opportunity, and T stands for threats, okay? You do not have to write it down, because if you text, I'm about to sound like a commercial, if you text grow with VPRO to 484848, you will receive this beautiful, okay, I'm start acting silly. You're going to receive the worksheet, so you don't have to, you do not have to write all this down, because you will get the worksheet of the SWOT analysis. But I think it's important to do a SWOT before you start doing online marketing, because it's going to actually help you to focus your goals, right? Understand where you should be putting your marketing efforts. That's the next thing you should do. All right. And we're going to talk more about SWOT analysis in a moment. The other thing you should do when you're thinking about starting with online marketing, more specific things, your website and your social media profile should be the very first things that you get right. Okay, why? Because those are the things, those are places that people want to look when they try to research and figure out if you are who you say you are. Okay, so your website, some basic things for your website. Obviously, make sure you have a homepage, about us, your service/product section, a contact us. My personal opinion that I tell anyone that I work with, and if I work with you and I realize your website does not have this, you need to have like a lead box. You ever go to someone's website and it's like, capture their email, like stay connected to us or receive our newsletter. Like, you need to have a call to action on your website. Your website you should treat your website like it's a store, like it's a physical store, but it's just online. When somebody comes in your physical store, you're hoping that they're going to buy, right? It's the same thing. Even if they don't right then and there buy your service or buy your product online, you at the very least want to capture their information, so at some point you can reconnect with them. So make sure you have some type of way to capture people's information on your website. So definitely make sure your website is all together. Your social media profiles. Once again, my personal opinion, and we got any folks, some other experts on here, you can throw in your opinion. I think every single person should have, if you have Facebook, you should have a Facebook business page. From what I've seen, having a Facebook business page is as important as having a website. And that's because if somebody's researching you or researching your company, at times your Facebook page might come up quicker in Google than it actually will if they're just typing your name. Like, I've seen that happen multiple times, especially if you don't have SEO working for your business. So have your Facebook page, have a great banner. You can use Canva. I use Canva for so many things, right? You can use Canva, create a professional looking banner. Make sure the pictures that you have, they look professional, right? And it's really, really simple. A lot of us just will pick any picture and we put it like this. A lot of us think that the light in our home, right, is perfect for taking pictures. That's absolutely wrong. Whenever you take pictures, make sure you have great lighting. Do it outside on the side of your house and have a nice background, whatever it is. The reason why, and I learned it the hard way. I'm going to tell a personal story really quick. The reason why it's important to have a good picture is because it helps with your professional image. So I'm gonna tell you a little bit about what happened to me. Just not what happened to me, but what I realized over time, right? So even though I can, I work in the online marketing world, right? I had this mindset like, I'm behind a computer. I'm not really worried about having a perfect image in a sense, right? I'm not worried about that. I work behind a computer. I get clients wherever, in whatever state, East Coast, West Coast, North, South, it don't matter. But when I realized that I was kind of putting a cap on myself, because I knew what I knew and I felt confident in what I knew. But if you seen my picture on LinkedIn or you seen my picture on Facebook, if you can see, I have locks. My picture still showed that I had curls. Not to mention, when money was tight, my sisters helped me to, was that the picture? My sisters helped me to do like a photo shoot at home. Listen, I know what it's like building a business from the ground when you're scraping. It's called bootstrapping. You do what you got to do. But if you want to do what you got to do, I'm going to give you some, do it the right way so it can look better than mine, right? I thought my mom's lighting was perfect. She had this blank wall, and I just, I looked perfect in my opinion from waist up. I put on this nice gray shirt. It was a little frivolly. I had this, maroon mauve looking blazer, and I said, "Come on, let's take a picture." And I'm posing, and it was a good picture, but the lighting was horrible, right? It wasn't until that I learned a lot more lighting from Shanice Dene, and I already told you guys about all of that, so that's why I look stunning right now. Because I got a light ring. But if you're going to do lighting, if you don't have a light ring, do it outside. Your image online is so important. Like, people develop their opinions about what they see. We all know that, okay? So once again, with your social media profiles, make sure your banner is right. Make sure you have professional looking images. Make sure your profile is complete. One thing Facebook does really well, if you have your Facebook page, is they kind of tell you what you need to complete. So complete, what is that? It's the one section that, I'm losing a blank. On your Facebook page where you can create another banner and tell a little bit about your story. Create that. People go and look at that, right? Just follow the steps on what Facebook has. Make sure, you're uploading, visually appealing images. Make sure that all your contact information is filled out, that they can contact you. And you can go a step further, start adding your services or things like that, so people can, see exactly what you offer. So it's all about just taking advantage of this free resources that are already out there. So your social media profiles, I know I talked a lot about Facebook, but LinkedIn is important too, okay? Everybody's talking about Instagram and TikTok and all of that. Now, in my personal opinion, LinkedIn is kind of like the slower vibe of things, but I worked with as a client. I had a coach. I worked with a coach that gave me some insight about LinkedIn. Everybody's always hopping on the new wave, right? LinkedIn, in my personal, I think it's going to blow up. I think it's going to be some time, but as you're learning and you're trying to build your online presence, get in now. Make sure you're on there, because if people want to see your professional side, that's where they're going to go, right? So definitely make sure you have a decent LinkedIn profile. So once again, let me do a quick recap when I said where to start. If you're thinking about starting with online, set realistic expectations, do a SWOT analysis, update your website and social media profiles. Update your website and your social media profiles. So the biggest thing, the thing I want to circle back around to, and I'm not going to spend too much time on this because I'm not sure how long I've been on here so far. All right, so about 45 minutes. I'm about to wrap it up and see if you have any questions. So as I mentioned to you, SWOT analysis. Once again, if you text GROW, GROW, with WITH, VPRO, VPRO to 484848, you'll get this. I'll send this to you later today. But basically, if you're really like, okay, I want to get serious about online marketing, but I really want to figure out what am I currently doing, right? So you can take this worksheet and really kind of do like a self-analysis of your business. So I'm gonna give you an example. If you take the S, the strengths, you can start thinking about like, okay, what marketing efforts produce the most results? So if you're currently doing marketing, think about what's producing the results, right? Jot that down, right? Okay. And you have a couple of them, good for you, right? So and I'm gonna give an example. So let's say you say, I get a lot of traction from Facebook, right? So your strength is Facebook, okay? Then the W means weakness. Excuse me. Okay, so the W means weakness. So you want to think about what are the areas of marketing that you might have weaknesses in, right? So what marketing efforts produce the least results? Write that down. So let's just say what marketing efforts, let's just say email marketing. You don't get a lot of results from email marketing. That's another element of marketing, right? We talked about that. And the O stands for opportunity. Which areas of marketing should you invest in? So what I mean by that, if after, like say you already know who your target audience is, you know where they're hanging out, and you realize you're not really maximizing where your target audience hangs out. So let's just give an example. Let's say your target audience is actually on Instagram. Let's say your target audience is like the younger generation, because most of the younger generation, I cannot remember the age range. I don't know if it's like 25 to 35, like the bulk of them. I don't remember. I have it written down somewhere. But let's say that's who you target, right? And you spend all your time on Facebook, but you're not on Instagram, and that's where they are. And you realize, hey, if I go to where they are, I could probably get more clients, right? So that's considered an opportunity. Like, what areas of marketing that you aren't utilizing or maximizing, but you know you should because it could bring in more revenue. So you put that down in the opportunities box. T stands for threats. So if what I put in that box is, if you don't improve your marketing efforts, in what way will it impact your business? So to be like, I'll be stuck dealing with the clients that I'm already dealing with, right? Whatever it may be, you have to think that through for your business. But I personally believe there's so much power. There's so much power in the SWOT analysis, because you can self-analyze. Like, okay, if I do really good with Facebook, but I need to really start getting on Instagram, but email marketing is not working for me. You have to think, you have to analyze the structure of your business. If it's only you, or if you have a small team, there's no point of stretching yourself too thin. It's okay to do things in increments. That's why people do campaigns, right? They focus one quarter, like, okay, we're gonna keep doing Facebook because that's what's bringing in the money, right? We're not gonna spend too much time on email marketing. We're not gonna do it by the wayside, but we're not gonna spend too much time on email marketing because that's not working right now. But where we need to be is Instagram. So you're gonna invest your time, your resources in the Instagram, and you're going to do it so you don't have to worry about the threat of not getting business because you're not improving your business. Does this make sense, ladies and gents? And I'm gonna pause for a second because I'm pretty much done sharing my knowledge. So what I want to do, and I know it's a lag, what I want to do, I want you to drop any questions you have, any insights, anything, and you're like, oh my gosh, Rochelle, I didn't think about that. Talk to me, talk to me. I see you, Business King. Thanks for coming on. Shanice Danae, Zinnia Cooper. All right, I need to watch this from the beginning. Yes, I'll leave it up, Zinnia. No problem. But yeah, I'm definitely grateful for everyone that popped on today. I don't know where you are in your space. I don't know if you're at work sneaking and listening. If you are, thank you for listening in. Or if you're you just took time out of your day to listen. I commend you, because in my personal opinion, I think this is the perfect time for people to grow themselves. We don't have to use this time to keep ourselves busy, but I definitely believe that this is a time to grow ourselves. Sometimes we're forced to sat down, as they say, right? Sat down and just kind of think about where we are, where we want to go, and just be willing to change. One of the things I do want to leave with you all, there was a book that I read called Who Moved My Cheese? I don't remember who wrote it, but Who Moved My Cheese really talked about, making changes, right? It was all about this little mouse that every day he knew exactly where his cheese was going to be, right? And one day the cheese was moved. I think it was two mice. I read the book so long ago. It was two mice. Every day they knew exactly where their cheese would be, their food would be. And one day their cheese moved, right? And one day their cheese moved. And it was this one mouse, okay? He always, even though the cheese moved, he would always go to this one area just hoping that it'll magically appear one day, but the other mouse was like, okay, if the cheese is not here, it got to be somewhere else, right? So that mouse, even though it had to go in a maze, it eventually found the other cheese. And the other one ended up feeling like, okay, this is worthless. I'm not making any progress, and I'm stuck in the same place. So, read the book. It's a very short read, but it has a powerful message. The reason I want to share that with you is because sometimes in business, I don't care if you have a service-based business, product-based business, nonprofit, there's going to be times in our business that it changes unbeknownst to us, something changes. But if we continue to do the same things, we're going to continue to get the same results, right? So be like the other mouse. If you notice that something changed, be fluid, be willing to change, and go look and just explore ways that you can continue to grow. So I'm going to leave you with that. I didn't see that anyone had any questions. Brandon, thank you so much. It was very insightful. If anyone has any questions, feel free to message me. I am definitely here. I am going to leave the live up. Once again, this is going to be a series. I should have had it in front of me, so I'm going to try to say, this is going to be a series. So I'm going to do it every Thursday, at least for the next 4 Thursdays. But I'm going to do it every Thursday at 2 p.m. The next one is, OMG, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm going to post it. The next one is next Thursday. And I believe that one is about, I'll post it, but it's going to be one talking about attracting your ideal client. There's one that's going to be talking about marketing strategy. I'm going to do another one that's called Stop Pitching. Okay, so every time I say this, I laugh because, you know, people say stop. You remove the P with a B, right? Stop pitching. A lot of people complain about not getting enough sales or not being able to get enough buy-in, right? I want to kind of give you some sales tips on ways you can attract more people or get more sales by stop pushing your information. So be sure, if you want to stay connected with all the great goodies I'm going to be pushing out from here on out, be sure to text Grow with VPro to 484848. I'll put it in the message. Thank you everyone for stopping in and, you know, consuming some of the knowledge I shared with you. I hope you were inspired to transform something in your business. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And until next time, let's continue to grow. Peace.